Hi everybody out there. Welcome back to my Raw Power Yoga, our Raw Power Yoga class together tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I'm here with Marilee, and we're here to give you a beautiful time on your mat. Right? Let's do it. Okay, so tonight we're going to start in a wide straddle. So let's come up onto your mat with your feet as far apart as you want to bring them, whatever your wide straddle looks like. We're going to turn our big toes in a little bit towards each other. So we're slightly pigeon-toed for a good reason, because it protects the knees. And we're also not going to lock the knees and push your kneecaps back through your knees. What I want you to do is I want you to be soft in the knees just a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and just fold forward. So we're going to hinge right here at the hips. We're going to take a fold, and we're going to find ragdoll. So let yourself just hang loose. We're not even moving. We're not even going to move side to side. We're just going to fold it, and we're going to hang out there. And close your eyes and close your mouth and start your Ujjayi breathing. So if it feels like you can't stay in a wide straddle because your hamstrings are super tight, bend your knees more. You can keep bending them until you feel like you're in a comfortable position. I want you to try to relax through your low back. I want you to try to relax through your cervical spine, so through your neck. And then while you're here and while you're breathing, then you can certainly start to straighten the legs a little more. Maybe you heel toe your feet apart and you find a wider straddle, because maybe that feels good. And then just with your head, you're going to turn it side to side, nice and easy, so that there's no tension in your neck. You just want to feel that ear to the shoulder. And if it starts to feel good, you can exaggerate through your seat, so you could push your butt bones back behind you. Let your head come back center, and then go ahead and just find a slow yes, where we lift the head up as far as it feels good. You're breathing in. On your exhales, you'll tuck your chin in towards your chest. So it's just slow motion. You're moving through it now. Let it feel good. Top of the head is going to relax into the floor, and then maybe you'll widen your stance a tiny bit more. So maybe that feels good for you to just get a little bit wider. Maybe legs are getting a little more straight. And then we're just going to move the hips side to side. We're not bending the knees side to side. We're just inside of your hips. So if you're not sure about what I'm saying, put your hands on your hips and feel your way through it. You can feel it's a real subtle movement. You can feel it just inside. Nice. We'll take a few more, and then grab the elbows, and we'll sway the upper body to the left side, and we'll take it to the right, and then we'll take it to the left and to the right side. You're swaying as big as it feels good for you to the left and then to the right side. We're going to come back center with the fingertips in line with the tips of your toes, and we'll lift up and lengthen through your back. Let's find a nice deep breath in as you exhale. Just a little bit. We'll fold forward, using the leverage of the floor. Let's take the lift again one more time. Breathe in, lengthen it. And as you exhale, go ahead and fold it in. Maybe your fingertips walk back a little further. And then take that lift, inhale it up, lengthen it. Exhale, find the fold. We're going to stay here. Let the exhales keep coming. The inhales keep coming while you're here. Keep walking yourself back. So maybe your hands are walking further and further through your legs till you then turn them to face the wall that you can see. So reach through your fingertips and then lift your chest a little bit. Just look out in front of you a little bit. Breathe in as you exhale, bend the elbows. Fold it in. Let's stay here. We're using the fingertips in the floor. We're pushing back through the seat for 5, 4. We're bending in the elbows, 3, 2. And then we're going to walk your hands to the left, and we're going to pivot onto the balls of your feet until we come into a lunge position. So now we're in a runner's lunge here. We're going to turn that right hip down. We'll stack that left knee. We're going to breathe into that psoas. We're going to dip down through the glute. And we're going to shift your weight so that it's even through that left leg and your right. So make sure that you're not coming forward with that left knee. Bring it back and stack it. And then we're just gonna walk our way into the other direction, all the way out to your right in front of you. And then we're gonna stack that right knee. We're gonna turn that left hip down. We're just gonna take a moment to feel a little bit. So remember, you can find subtle little movements, but I don't want you rocking back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So see if you can keep the ballistic movements out of it. We're gonna come back to the left. We're gonna pivot the feet. We'll turn down through the hip, and then we'll walk the fingertips out nice and wide. Walk your arms out to the side and bring your right hip over to the right side. And we'll come back square. Find that breath in as you exhale, take it to the right. You can bring 2 hands over. You can keep 1 hand on that outside of your left foot. It's up to you. Remember, just use your body as a way, take it to the right, as a way to know where you're going. So if something feels uncomfortable, don't go that far. You got to listen to, the body wisdom. Listen to yourself. We're going over to the right. Let it pull a little bit. Let's come back center. Take the pivot all the way to the front. So we pivot on the back foot. We're in a lunge now. We're facing the front of your mat. We'll let the weight shift down, and then we'll walk the fingertips out, and we're going to bring the body weight to the left side, and just let it feel that pull. That left hip is coming down towards the floor. We'll come center. Breathing in as you exhale, we'll go left. And we'll come back center. Find the inhale, and then one more time, let's take it to the left side. Let's hold it here for 5, for 3, for 2. We'll come back center, and then we're gonna take your back foot. So you may have to hop it up a few times, that's fine. If you don't have to, that's great too. You're gonna step it up. So the left foot's gonna step up across from your right. So separate your feet so your heels are in line with your hips. Bring your palms flat to your shins. Lift your chest away from the floor as far as you need to find a long back. And then let's breathe in. And as you exhale, we're gonna fold forward. We're gonna grab on somewhere. So maybe you're sliding behind your calves, maybe you have your ankles, maybe you're using your fingertips in the floor. Let's take that lift again. Palms are flat. Wherever they need to be to find a long spine. Inhale. As you exhale, let's fold it. Maybe you're going even tighter. So pulling a little bit more. Find the inhale, lift it up. Create the length. And as you exhale, find some strength in it. So now I want you to slide your forearms, if it's available, behind your calves. And then fold in using the leverage of your forearms against your legs. So you're pulling with your biceps. And then if it feels good, straighten your legs and push back through your seat. So you can open up through the glutes a little bit more. And then say another slow motion no, because that lets you know you're not shrugging in the shoulders and holding any tension in there. Bring your head back center. And then let's find ragdoll at the front of your mat. So go ahead and catch opposite hand to foot. And then very slowly find a sway side to side. So let yourself just relax through the spine. Very nice. And then we'll come back center, let the arms drop down and roll up on an 8-second count. 7. So vertebrae by vertebrae. 4, 3. Let the shoulders shrug up. Breathe in as you exhale. Pull the shoulder blades together. And then again, we'll find that lift through the shoulders. Breathe in as you exhale. Pull the scaps together. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, shrug it up. Exhale, roll it back. Very nice. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then let your right hand grab your left wrist. Let's stay here. So we're going to keep the feet now a little wider than your hips so you can step those out. Find a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to reach to the right. Pull it over and peel back through that left rib cage. Find the pull. Chin is where the neck feels good. Hold on to that wrist and come back center. We're going to go the same way. Breathe in, lift it up. As you exhale, let's take it to the right. Maybe it's a little bit more. So remember, you're only opening that rib cage as much as it feels good for you. So you don't have to exaggerate into it. Come back center. Just go where it feels good. Breathe in as you exhale. We're coming to the right side. And if it feels good, you can open back and drive your pelvis a little bit towards the front wall. And then we'll come back center and switch the grip. So let's inhale. We're breathing in. As you exhale, we're coming to your left. Pull. We'll come back center. Hold on to the grip. Inhale up. As you exhale, pull it over to your left side. Beautiful. And again, inhale, find the lift. As you exhale, we're going to the left. One more time. Reach it over. Breathe it here. We're keeping the glutes on. And we'll come back center. And then let the arms relax down. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Pull your shoulder blades together and just extend the arms out and drop your chin down a little bit. So I just want you to kind of feel whatever distance you have. And maybe you're using a little washcloth here or a towel. We're opening up through the pecs. We're lengthening through the biceps. Let's breathe in, and as you exhale, we're going to fold forward. So you can exaggerate through pushing your seat out, and you can let your head drop, and you can reach your arms where they feel good, and then we'll move the arms a little bit side to side. Again, if you're really tight in there, you might not have a lot of movement, so you can just kind of hold on to it there. If you're already feeling like the stretch is deep enough, you don't have to go anymore. And then release the arms down. Heel toe your feet until your heels get back underneath your hips. And then we're going to step back into a high plank position. So let's come into your plank and settle in here. We're going to spread the fingers nice and wide. We're bringing the middle fingers and the shoulders in line with each other. We're going to rotate the elbows to shine to the back wall. So I want you to really think about turning those elbows back so that you can engage through the triceps and feel that your arms are turned on, so you're not letting certain parts of your body do all the work. Tuck up through your pelvis. So the belly button's coming up a little bit towards the chest. We're turning the abdominals on, the whole length of the abdominals. We're going to fill up the upper back a little bit by driving the chest away from the floor, so we're getting back into the arms here. We're stacked from the shoulders down through the elbows and the wrists. We're squeezing through the thighs. So legs are turned on. If you need to modify, you can always bring your knees to the floor. We're pushing energy back through the heels. And then we're just going to bend your right knee, and we're not going to drop it to the floor. Just bend it. Yeah, that would be the left knee. But we'll bend the right knee. Nice. And we'll just let it kind of hang loose. But everything else is still staying on. And then we'll bend the left guy and straighten the right. We're going to keep the abdominals on. We're going to keep pushing away from the floor, and we're going to bend the knees one at a time. Just alternate it. Yeah, just find the movement through it. Very nice. Beautiful. We're going to keep the strong plank. We'll straighten the legs and come down onto the forearms one at a time. So forearms are down, wrists are in line with the elbows. You can make two fists. You can drop your palms flat. You can flip them up to the sky. What feels better for you? If you need to interlace them together, sure, you can go there as well. Again, we're going to drive energy down through the forearms. We're still squeezing into the quads, and we're elongating and lengthening through the Achilles right now. So if you want to take a little bit of a break, knees come to the floor, but the hips stay flat. Yeah, so I don't want you to drop your pelvis into the floor, just the knees. And you can also play around with just one knee and do extra work that way, right? One knee takes a little bit of the load, two knees takes more, so you can alternate that. And now we're just going to find a little step outs with your feet. We're going to step the feet from one side to the other. So legs will stay straight, and it's a little touch out. Yeah, go ahead and alternate it side to side, Mary. Yeah, and we're tucking up through the belly. So if you were modifying this, you can have one knee down on the floor, step the other foot out. Then you can have one knee down, step the other foot out. So Marily's going to keep going, and I'll show you a modification. If you were wanting to do it just a little bit less, you'll tuck it down. And then you'll go ahead and take one foot out, one knee's down, and then you'll take the other guy over, and you can alternate it that way. So you can go side to side, still keeping the belly button tucked up. So we're doing some work here. We're still in that forearm plank position. We have another 10 seconds to work it out. So find your strong on this. Beautiful. Okay, 2 feet come back. Let's bring the knees down first, then the pelvis. Relax through the toes. Slide the palms alongside of the rib cage. Let's find a modified up dog. We're going to straighten the arms. If you like cobra better, then you're just going to lift halfway up. Marily's going to stay in that modified up dog, and I'll come here and show you if you want to come into a cobra. Maybe I should do it a little bit here. So Mare's in modified up dog, and she's just finding some full inhales and exhales, and then maybe I'll even work it this way. I'll find the cobra. So we're relaxed through the feet, and you're just going to lift. And remember, make sure you're not jamming your head back into your neck. We're tucking the elbows close into your chest. We have another few breaths to stay in it. And then slowly from your knees, take a seat back into your child's pose. So in child's pose, you're getting as comfortable as it feels for you to go. Knees are coming out. Separate the knees to the outside edge of your mat. Let your fingertips reach long. Head is relaxed however you like it. So maybe you're on your forehead. Maybe you're having one ear to one side. I mean, the more you listen to me talk about it, the more you realize this is your practice, right? You're curtailing it to what feels good for your own body. So I'm just here to guide you, but certainly not to put you into positions that are uncomfortable. Okay, we're going to come on into your downward facing dog, and we'll stretch your right leg up to the sky. Let's bend your right knee and roll open through your right hip. We're going to take the heel and push it over to the left side. We'll breathe into that right hip, and it's nice if the right rib cage rolls open with it, but make sure that you're not compromising your arms, so you don't want to have one big bend in one elbow. So really keep those arms nice and strong. We'll drop that right foot, and then the left leg's going to lift. We'll bend the left knee. We're going to roll open, through that left hip. We're breathing into the left rib cage. We're driving energy through that heel, so we have a flexed foot. We're turning the foot on. 5-4, that looks real nice. 3-2, we'll drop that left foot to the floor. And we're going to find a little flow. Bend the knees and step or float your feet. We're coming up to the front of your mat. So the feet are going to come together. We'll find a nice lift halfway. Let's breathe in. As you exhale, we're going to dive in towards your shins. And as you inhale, open your arms up wide and come all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold down low. And we'll take a lift halfway. Here we go. Step or float back to your high plank. And then we're going to lower down slowly into your Chaturanga. So let's bring the shoulders in line with the elbows. We're going to stay strong through the abdominals. So if you're modifying your up dog, you know what to do. I showed you either cobra or with the knees down. If you're not, 1 foot at a time, you're going to come on up into up dog. And then downward facing dog, we'll exhale. Very nice. I like to make sure that we're not rolling over the toes, so let's keep that in mind as we flow through. Bend the knees and find a nice either step or jump up. We're coming up to the front of your mat. Let's take a lift halfway. We'll breathe it in. Nice. Feet are together. On the exhale, fold it deeper. Inhale, stretch it taller. Come on up high. Exhale, forward fold. Let's come down low. Halfway lift. We're going to breathe in. Find your high plank. Nice. Chaturanga, we're going to lower it down. So 1 foot takes the load. We're already coming up on that 1 foot. So come on up on it. Or Marilee likes to do 2. But you can come up with 1 and then 1 foot at a time. Come on back. Whichever works for you. Downward facing dog. So just know that either way is not right. I mean, it's proper. It's not wrong if you're doing it either way. So we'll bend the knees. You're going to load up through the lower body. And then you want to look where you're going to go. Feet come together. Halfway lift, we're going to breathe it in. And as you exhale, we'll fold it in tight. And then we're going to slowly find chair pose. So I want you to reach your arms out to the side and drop down into the squat. So we'll come on up here. We're tucking through the pelvis. We'll check out where we can see the toes. We're going to lengthen from your shoulders to your wrists. So we're creating some heat through the fingertips. And then we're going to keep, if it's available, keep dropping the squat down, squeezing the thighs together. But I don't want you to compromise your neutral spine. So if you're dropping down low, but you're rounding all the way up, or you're pushing your seat all the way out, then stay where you can keep a nice neutral low back, where the chest stays tall. So we're squeezing the thighs together to heat up through the lower body. Very nice. And then go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to press them together. So we're going to keep the press on, and we're just going to lift that left thigh up. So the left thigh is going to come up into your chest. Yeah, and we're going to extend that left heel out to the front wall. Very nice. You can lift your upper back nice and tall, and then we'll bring the feet together, drop through the seat, and then we'll lift that right thigh up, flex the toes, extend that right heel out. It's a straight leg. Upper back stays tall. We're pressing the palms strong so the triceps are on, and then the feet will meet together. Drop the squat. We're going on the left side. Drive the left thigh first, flex the toes, and then straighten the leg out. Toes are flexed in. We're lifting that leg up as high as you can lift it, and we'll drop down into the squat. Drive the right thigh up first, straighten that leg out, push through the heel, flex the toes back with some good energy. Feet come together. Breathe in as you exhale, edge of the right elbow, twist it to the outside edge of your left knee. And as we take the twist, we want to kind of tuck that right hip in so we keep the hips nice and even. And then we'll open it up. Right hand drops, left arm reaches, roll it open. 5-4, we're still squeezing the thighs together. So imagine that, the thighs are still squeezing together. That's a beautiful thing. Come on up into your chair pose. We have a neutral spine. Let the chest lift. Very nice. Hands come to the heart center. We're breathing in. As you exhale, we're working the twist. Edge of the elbow, it's a little piece of it. Just take it right outside of that knee. We'll tuck the left hip in and even the hips like headlights out in front of you. We're pressing strong. Left hand drops. Right arm reaches. So maybe that left hand comes in front of your big toes too, and that's fine as well. You can stack shoulder to shoulder. And then very slowly, we're going to come up to standing all the way. Stand tall. Bring the hands to the heart center. So let's separate the feet as wide as your hips. Walk up to the front of your mat and fold forward. So hopefully you have a block or 2 blocks always with you. It's always good to have a block with you for different poses. So just buy one on Amazon and keep it with you forever. Okay, so we're going to take our blocks out in front of us. So you can make them, I like to kind of put them on the side here so that you got a little bit of height. And we're going to bring the fingertips on the blocks, and the heels are going to be just right under your hips. So we're not going to be wider than the hips. Yeah. And then we're going to lengthen through the spine. So we're going to push back through the seat, and we're just going to find straight leg kickbacks. So extend one leg back at a time. Yeah, we're flexing the toes. So toes are pulling in towards the kneecap, and we're squeezing the glutes. And we're just alternating at your pace, side to side. So remember, when you step down, your feet stay apart. They stay as far apart as your hips. So the heels come right underneath the hips. We're keeping that joint stack, and that's all about protecting your back. We're pushing back through it, and we're squeezing for another 10 seconds. Let's keep the flow. Remember, you're not laying your body weight down on your blocks. You're just light fingertips. Your chest is away from the floor. And the next time that you have your right heel out, stay there. So your right leg is out. Very nice. And then we're going to keep the fingertips on the block. We're going to keep the chest square to the floor. And all we're going to do is we're going to open that right hip up as much as it'll open for you. Turn that right hip as if it wants to stack on top of the left. Toes are staying flexed. And then we're going to turn it down. Shine it down to the floor. Chest stays lifted. Spine stays long. Open that hip up. Open it. Yeah, find the lift. So there's a lot of energy in that leg where the ankle is coming up, right? We're lifting it up as high as we could lift it. Turn it down. Square the hips. Even out the low back. Breathe in. As you exhale, let's open it up again. Stack it. Beautiful. Lift that leg up and turn it down. Even out the low spine. And then breathe in. As you exhale, open it up. Let's stay here. Let your breath flow. So we're going to stay here. Your left fingertips are on your block. So if you only have one block, move it over under your left shoulder. Bring your right hand to your right hip. And then slowly start to peel your right rib cage open. So keep your right hand on your hip right now. And the first thing I want you to think about is getting light on your block to put that into your abdominals, right? So we're turning on the obliques. We're turning on that rectus abdominis. We're keeping that right leg. Now, the second thing is to think about that right leg's going to get high. So go ahead and take that right leg up. The toes are flexing in. This is where all the warmth comes. This is where all the work comes from, right? So we're not letting the leg hang down. It's not lazy. There's just energy, energy, energy. Now take your right hand from your hip and reach it up to the sky. And then if you feel good, if you feel strong, I want you to think about challenging your balance And I want you to look up. Bring your gaze up. Yeah, stay light on that block. Keep the reach going. We're going to breathe through here, pushing that heel to the wall as if you can almost kind of knock that wall over, right? So you're still pushing, but you're reaching up and you're rolling open. Yeah, on the exhales, we're bringing it back. We're peeling back through the whole front of the pecs right now into the deltoid. 5-4. That looks amazing. 3-2. And then very slowly bend that knee and catch that foot. So it's a lot of work for the standing leg. We're stabilizing with that leg. It's a lot of work. So if you feel like you need a break, stand up, take a break, find mountain pose, hit pause. If you don't need a break, you're with us and you're kicking that foot back. And we're just going to breathe here in a nice bound connection. So now we're getting up into that quad. We're up inside of that patella. Let it feel good. If you want to challenge your balance, we'll bring your left hand to your heart center. So bring your left palm to your heart. Yeah, let it shine up to the sky. Now, once you get it there, can you kick? So can you, yeah, and that's the beauty of it, is you shouldn't be a statue, right? You should kind of be moving around. That's your balance challenge, right? Have fun with it. 5-4, 3-2. Very slowly, we're going to fold forward with that right leg up. Release the foot. 2 hands come onto your block. And then we're going to turn that right hip down, and we're going to take your right leg behind your left. Yeah, and we'll distribute the weight evenly throughout your feet. So your body weight will shift over to the left. Interlace your fingers behind your right calf. And then lift up, breathe in, exhale, pull. We're going to stay here. We're going to bend the elbows, and we're going to work into the hamstrings that we just asked to do a lot of work. So we're just folding in. Let your head drop. Keep bending through the elbows. So we're using the upper bodies. The biceps are on. We're using the upper body strength to create the length through the lower body. For 3, for 2, release the fingertips into the floor on your blocks and separate your feet hip width distance. So cross that right leg back over. And then we're going to bring the blocks out to the corners of your mat. Just get them out of your face. And then we'll step back into your high plank. We'll come down onto the forearms one at a time. And then we'll turn your right fist into your left elbow. We're going to stack your left foot on top of your right. And then we're going to bring your left arm to the sky. Beautiful. And then go ahead and bring your left fingertips behind your head very lightly. We'll find a lift through your hips. So get that right hip away from the floor. Yeah, drive down through it. And then we'll breathe in. And as you exhale, all we're going to do is take your right hip and lower it, either down to the floor or halfway. And we're going to pick it up. Yeah, and then we'll take it down, however far you want to go. And then we'll drive it up. And then we're going to take it down. So there's a rope on that left hip. Let's take it up. Lift it through that right oblique. Let's lower it down. We're going to lift it up. Stay here with the hips like headlights out. We'll breathe in as you exhale. Bring your left elbow on a 4 count into your right arm. For 4, we're going to turn it. 3, for 2, we're going to try and touch it somewhere, and then we're going to open it up. For 4, 3, 2, yes. Let's breathe in as you exhale. Let's take it. For 4, turn it. 3, twist it. 2, hold it in there. Let's open it up. For 4, 3, 2, take a pause, reset the hips. Breathe in as you exhale. Let's work it over. For 4, 3, yeah, 2, twist it in. Let's bring it back. For 4, 3, 2, one more time. Let's find the inhale. As you exhale, let's work the twist. 4, 3, 2, twist it in. Let's open it up. For 4, 3, 2, we're in a forearm plank position, 1 palm at a time. We're up in your high plank. Chaturanga, we're going to lower it down. Up dog, we'll fill the lungs up, pulling the shoulder blades together. Chaturanga, we're going to come back into the work. If you don't like it, skip it, and you're already in down dog. Come on into downward facing dog if you're with us. So the seat goes high and the head drops low, and we're just going to breathe into downward facing dog. A few breaths here. So bring your right fingertips to touch your left toes, just to touch your left toes, right fingertips. Yeah, and then your left to your right. We're going to alternate that. So we're just touching the toes very lightly. Beautiful. Touch it. We're alternating. We'll count down from here. So we already got 4. Let's get 6 more. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, and 1. Come on into your dog. Stretch your right leg up to the sky. Reach through your right toes, circle through your right ankle, and drop that right foot down. Stretch your left leg up, reach through your left toes, circle through that left ankle, and drop that left foot. Very nice. Bend the knees. We'll make our way to the front of your mat. Find a lift halfway. We're going to breathe in here. And then as you exhale and start to fold, let your breath flow and bring your block or 2 blocks back to where you're going to go. Nice. And then we'll walk ourselves forward and we'll bring your heels underneath your hips. And our fingertips are lightly on the block. We're going to extend the straight legs back, alternating side to side. We're pushing through the heels. Find the press. Yeah, this is just at your own pace. As we lift, we're squeezing through the glutes. We're keeping the chest away from the floor. The spine stays long. We're not laying down on the blocks. And then the next time you have your left leg back, we're going to hold it there. We're going to keep the toes tucked in. Find a deep breath in. Fingertips and chest stay square to the floor. As you exhale, open through that left hip. Lift up through that left leg. And then we'll turn it down towards the floor. Nice. Find the breath in. As you exhale, open it up. Yeah, so we're going to try and keep that line. Peel it back. That ankle gets high. Yes. And then we're going to turn it down. Find that low spine. Lengthen your spine a little bit. Chest comes away from the floor. Just a reminder, breathe in. As you exhale, let's open it up. Yeah, maybe that leg's getting a little bit higher now. And then we'll take the turn down. Find that nice, even low back. And then we're going to breathe it in. And as you exhale, let's open it up. Here we go. We're opening it here. Yeah, we're going to keep that lift. We're going to keep the breath flowing. Beautiful. For 5, 4, 3. Very slowly, bring your left hand to your left hip. Find your situation with your right fingertips on your block. So what I like to do is get up onto my fingertips like Marilee just did, so that now I can get that alignment with my hips and my shoulders as best you can. So that's another reason why I don't want you laying down your body weight there. We're going to put that inside the core, so that guy gets to do a little more work. So once you've peeled back and you stack your left rib cage on top of your right, we're going to start to think about lifting that left leg with some energy, and then the left arm's going to get high. So now we're coming into the balance. And if you feel like that's a great challenge for you right now, then stay here. If you feel like you need to, or you want to, find a bigger challenge with your balance. Look somewhere other than where you're looking right now. So if you look up, that's going to be a bigger challenge. Maybe you just look just 1 inch away from where you were. It's all good. Yes, we're keeping the energy flowing. Here, we're in half moon. We're light on the right. We're breathing into it for 5, 4. It's a lot of work on that standing leg. 3, 2. We'll bend the knee and catch the foot. Slow and easy. Yeah, we're going to kick it back. So we're going to breathe into that left shoulder. We're going to find a strong kick. We're inside that quad. We're breathing into that kneecap. And now, if you want to challenge your balance, bring your right hand to your heart center. Remember, it's super slow. So the faster you go, the more of an opportunity you probably will fall. But if you take it nice and slow, then you get into those little, tiny muscle fibers that we don't always call on. And that's really a nice way to get that challenge going on. So once your hand is there, you're kicking back even stronger for 5, 4. Looks amazing. For 3, keep the kick on. For 2, slow and easy. 2 hands back on the block. We're going to square that right hip down. Push that leg back so that left leg is back. Yeah. And then we'll take that left leg and bring it straight behind the right. And we're just going to, once you walk that over, then you just situate your feet however you need to so that both feet are nice and even in the floor. We'll wrap the fingers behind your calf, behind your hamstring, whatever feels better. Lift up, breathe in, exhale, fold, pull forward, and bend through the elbows and work yourself work the warmth of your body, your chest into your thighs. So keep in mind that where the eyes go, the body follows. So if you're looking out in front of you, your chest is going to be lifted a little bit and you're not going to get the full benefit of the forward fold. So look to the wall that's behind you. Once you start to look back there, then things start to relax even more and the body just kind of goes with it. And then we'll release the fingertips back onto your block. Separate your feet, uncross your feet. Yeah, and then go ahead and bring the blocks out of your face. Step back into your high plank. And we're going to come down onto the forearms. In your forearm plank position, we'll turn the left fist into the right elbow. We're going to stack that right foot. We're going to flex the toes. We're going to square the hips. We're reaching the fingertips to the sky for a moment. We're going to lift that left hip nice and high. We're driving off of the edge of your bottom foot. If you're modifying, you can stagger. So you can bring that top foot right in front of the bottom and work yourself there. You can always bring your left knee down into the floor if you need a little more help, and you can work yourself there. If you're stronger, you're stacking your feet with your legs straight. We'll bring your right fingertips behind your head. Beautiful. Actually, keep that right arm high for now, and we'll bring that left hip. We're gonna lower it, either touch the mat or bring it halfway down, and then we're gonna pick it up and hold it right here. Reset the hips just like Marilee did, so we're keeping them square. And then we're gonna lower it down, and we're gonna pick it up. Nice. We're resetting the hips. Let's find the low to wherever you want to go, and then we're going to drive up right from that oblique, and then we'll take that low down, and we're going to pick it up nice and strong. Right fingertips behind the head. Let's find a breath in as you exhale. It's a 4 count. Let's twist it for 4. Turn it. 3, 2. Tuck it all the way in. Let's open it up for 4, 3, 2. Drive that right hip high. Breathe it in as you exhale. Let's twist it. 4, turn it. 3, 2, tuck it in. Let's open it up for 4, 3, 2. We're recentering the hips. Let's twist it for 4, 3, 2. Tuck it all the way in. Get it all, and then open it up. 4, 3. So I want you to ring out inside of those obliques as you twist it. Let's breathe in as you exhale. Let's take that twist. Go. 4. We're right up inside of there. 3. We're doing it for 2. Keep twisting it right here. Let's open it up. 4 seconds. 3, 2. We're in a forearm plank position. Beautiful. 1 palm at a time. We're in a high plank. Let's come all the way down to the floor. We're going to relax. We're going to chill out. So rest however you like to. You can drop your hands down, forehead into the forearms. However you want to let your arms relax. You can bring your cheek to one side. Toes are relaxed. That's very nice. And then go ahead and bring your chin center neutral. Reach your arms out to the front wall with your thumbs to the sky. We're going to look down at the floor. Superman pose. Everything's going to lift. Ready, set, squeeze the glutes. Come on up. Chest gets high. Thighs lift higher. Lower body's going to swim. Legs are going to be strong and straight. And we're going to find some speed in it. So if you can work speed, I want you to go for paddling out of the ocean. Top of the feet are in the water. Can you lift your chest up? Yeah. Can you lift your arms up? You're keeping the top of your head shining straight out. So don't strain through the neck. You're looking straight down. Legs are on fire. Let's find speed right here. Chest gets higher now. Go ahead and lift up. Let your low back do the work. Keep squeezing through the glutes. We're here for 5. For 4, then the arms get a little higher. For 3, because we're bringing in the burn. For 2, child's pose. We'll take a seat back. Separate the knees out. Very nice. Walk your fingertips out to the side wall. Lift your head off the floor and drop one shoulder at a time into your mat, just side to side. So take it nice and easy. You can keep the head center. You can turn it side to side if that feels better. I find that if I keep the head center, I could go deeper into my pecs, but see how that works for you. We're in downward facing dog. Let's get long. We'll walk it up. Right leg comes to the sky. Walk your hands back to your toes on the left. Yes, very nice. So we're going to root that left foot into the floor, and we're just going to walk the upper body to your left side. Just the upper body is going to walk out almost into like a long dog. And your right leg will swing, but you're not going to steal your left foot. You're only going out as far as you can to where your left heel's not coming off the floor. Yeah, just to where it feels good in that left leg. So you don't have to go crazy far. It's just extension and length. And then we're going to take it over to the right. Upper body's coming to the right side. So don't compromise leaning into the outer edge of that foot. Give yourself just as far as it's going to go where you're not really, getting too far on one side or the other. And then we'll come back center. And we're going to slowly, with your hands back towards your left foot, we're going to bring your hands to your hips. And the lower body's going to be in warrior 3. So bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest halfway up. We're keeping the right toes flexed in. Lower body's in warrior 3, upper body's going to come in it. So we just prepared in our Superman to come on here, where the arms are reaching out long and the middle fingers are coming out to the front wall. And then we're going to think about how the limbs lift up, right? So the arms lift, the arms get higher. Yeah, and the right leg lifts without really making your chest get higher. So I want you to stay inside the shoulders. When we're lifting up here, yeah, keep the reach on. 5, 4, 3. We're going to come into a figure 4. So sweep your right knee up. You can catch it, and then you can cross it onto your left leg. We're going to flex the toes and then take a seat into that left glute. So bring your right palm on the meaty part of the inside of your right leg, so you can kind of push your right knee away from your shoulder so you could feel that stretch. And then we'll reach the arms out and we'll dip down into the seat. We're going to lower down into the squat. That's very nice. You can stay right here. So this is a beautiful pose. If you want more, bring your hands to the heart center. Take a breath in as you exhale. Bring the edge of your left elbow, or I'm sorry, the edge of your right elbow to the heel or into the arch of your right foot. Yeah, and you can work that twist. Try not to lose your seat. For 5, a lot of work on that left leg, that left ankle. For 3, for 2, slowly come back into the 4 with your arms out in front of you. Very nice. And then we're going to stand tall and drive your right thigh up into your chest. Reach your arms to the sky. Breathe in as you exhale. We're coming into warrior 3. Slowly find the reach. Yeah, let's bring it right here. So let's work the heat of warrior 3 for 5. Let's lift it up. 4, 3. Let's own your warrior 3 for 2. 2 hands find the floor. Walk a long dog. We're keeping the right leg high. We're going to walk all the way up to the front of your mat. Right foot lunges, left foot turns sideways. Warrior 1. Arms are out to the sidewall. We're stretching high. Interlace those fingers. Overhead with your pointer fingers up to the sky. Breathe it in as you exhale. We're coming to the right side. Stretch it over. Yeah, we're in warrior 1. We're loaded through that back leg. Let's come back center and open up into warrior 2. Right arm's going to come forward. Left arm's coming back. We'll lower the shoulders down. Flip the right palm up. Breathe in as you exhale. Let's extend up out of that right rib cage. Very nice. We're light on the left, so we're not leaning on the inside of that left. Straighten that left leg, by the way. Make sure that your left knee's not buckling in. So think about that. Left quad is on. And then we'll cartwheel flow through to a high plank. And we'll come down onto the forearms in a forearm plank position. So remember, don't just lower down and think you're in the forearm plank. I'm constantly saying tuck the pelvis, drive the chest away from the floor. We're filling up through the upper back. I'm sure if you're doing these videos, if you're actually following through from one to the next, you constantly hear me talking about turning on your planks. So hopefully, when I see you next, your plank is on point. Let's find a little march of our feet. So just a little straight leg lift. We're trying to keep everything else still. The rest of the body stays as still as you can keep it. And we're finding a straight leg march. And we're working the feet to land lightly so that the core's got to do more, right? Can you feel the difference, Marilee? When if you're slamming your feet down, it's not kind to your toes. And you're making that take the load instead of making the other parts of your muscles do the work. So we're working it out here. We're still on the clock. We're only here for 30 seconds. It's a quick 30 for me anyways. So let's keep breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath on this one. Yeah, the feet are marching. We have 5 seconds. 4, it looks strong. 3, energy's through the heels. For 2, 1 palm at a time. We're coming up because we're stronger. Chaturanga. We're going to find 10 little push-ups right here. For 10, 9. Now's the time to do it. 8. Modifying, we're on the knees. 7, 6, don't shoulder it out. 5, make sure you drop the knees if you need to. 4, don't bounce it. 3, 2, nice. Up dog, let's breathe it in. No need for a chaturanga here. Downward facing dog. We'll find the exhale. Bend the knees, step or float your feet to the front. Find a lift halfway. We're breathing in. As you exhale, we're folding deeper. Chair pose, we're dropping the squat. Chair pose. Let's interlace the fingers behind your back. Pull the shoulder blades together. Peel the heels up off the floor. Squeeze the thighs together. Yeah, so the feet stay together on this one. The thighs stay together. Yeah, that's the balance challenge. We're lifting the heels up. As high as you can lift them, bring the shoulders back a little bit. Let the upper body get nice and tall. You're stretching the arms back to where it feels good. We're just squeezing the thighs on this one. We're staying low in the seat. Reach the arms straight out to the side wall. Yeah, now reach them out in front of you with your palms up to the sky. So arms are straight. Yeah, nice. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to find a little march, and we're going to alternate one arm up and down. So, I'm sorry, I did say a little march. I meant a little squat. So we're going to alternate the arms up and down through the shoulders, and we're squatting down and up. Yeah, so keep squeezing through those thighs. Keep working the burn and the energy. I want you to make sure that you're not bouncing in this movement. So it is a lift and lower, right? So you're down and up. Make sure you're not getting all out of control with the momentum. Yeah, keep squeezing the thighs. Fantastic. Heels stay high. Now drop the heels down. Keep the squats going and the arms going. Heels are in the floor. We're squeezing the quads together. Yeah, keep them working. So we're staying tight in it. See if you can get just a little bit lower now on this one. And let the arms get a little bit higher. Yeah, keep the breath flowing. So we're building up the heart rate. We're building up the cardio. This is where the power yoga comes into scorching the calories. Yeah. And we have another 45 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. We have another 14 seconds. 14 seconds to go. Bring those knees back. Squeeze the quads. Everyone just shut their computer off. Like, I'm going to go get a snack right now. 4, 3, for 2, forward fold. Let's dive in. Let it feel good. Halfway lift. We're breathing in here. Step or float back to your high plank. Chaturanga, we're coming down easy. 4 little push-ups for 4, 3, 2. Up dog, we're going to inhale. Squeeze the thighs. Pull the shoulder blades together. Downward facing dog. We don't want to stay here long. The heart rate is up. Go and extend that left leg up. Walk your hands back to your toes. Get long to the right side. Walk yourself over. Reach through the fingertips. Yeah, create the length. Beautiful. Keep a high back leg. Let's take it all the way over. Just the upper body over to your left so that left leg swings over to the right. Yeah, there's just movement inside the hips. And then we're going to come back center. So we're close to the toes. Bring your hands to your hips. We're coming halfway up with the torso. Lower body's going to be in its best warrior 3. Flexing the toes in, feeling the low back. Manually feel your way into it. And then reach the arms out in front of you. And we're getting serious. It's the real deal with warrior 3. We're lifting through the limbs. So warrior 3, heart rate should be, coming out of your chest. Warrior 3 is not about a snooze fest by any stretch. So unless you need to take a rest, and that's a beautiful thing too. If not, you're working like Marilee is, you're building, the heat's coming up. Oh, we're going to lift the arms just a little bit higher, right? You can feel it. Yep, they're getting just a little bit higher. She's pushing back a little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slow and easy, make your way to a figure 4. So go ahead and catch that foot, cross it over, drop it on that right thigh, push that left leg. So we'll flex the toes, push it away. Yeah, find your drishti, so you're looking out, you're finding something that's not moving. Once you feel that stretch in there, go ahead and reach the arms out. Go ahead and take them out and drop the seat. Yeah, so now the seat drops down. And then there's energy, right? The arms lift, the toes flex. We're breathing into that glute. Gorgeous. So let those wrists come down in line with your shoulders. Yeah, and just let your body weight shift back. Yeah, so if I was going to pull you up a little bit, nice. Keep the flex on for 5. It looks great. 4, 3. We're going to stand tall with the middle fingers to the sky, and that knee's going to come high. Breathe it in as you exhale, warrior 3. We're beasting it. So we're coming back into warrior 3. We're going to turn that left hip down, that left glute. Yeah, it's all coming up. It's all coming together. 5, 4. We're gripping with the right toes. 3, 2. If you have a little more second, go for it. 2 hands find the floor, walk along dog. With a high left leg. Left foot lunges, right foot turns. We're up in warrior one. Warrior one. We're bringing that right hip forward. We're squeezing that back thigh. So we're going to back leg load a little bit. There's energy through the edge of that left foot. Interlace the fingers. Pointer fingers are high. Breathe in as you exhale. It feels good to go to the left side, but only as far as that's working for you. We'll come back center into warrior two. Warrior two, we have an opportunity to get more, right? To open up more. So bring that right foot back maybe and see if you can get into the depths of sitting down into your left glute. That's really nice how we're staying stacked mirror. That left knee's on top of the ankle. Left palm flips. We're breathing in as you exhale. Let it come up. Breathing into that warrior two. Beautiful. Cartwheel flow through to your high plank. Nicely done. Chaturanga, we're going to lower down, up dog. We'll find a deep breath in. Chaturanga, we're going to stay here. It's going to take 6 seconds to come to your high plank. Let's push it up for 6, 5. You're bringing the whole body with you. 4, modification, you're on the knees. 3, 2, we're at the very top. Let's lift your right foot just a little bit off the floor. Find a deep breath in as you exhale. Right knee comes to your left elbow. So that right knee is going to cross over to the left elbow, down to the left wrist. We're going to bring it up to the elbow, and then we're going to lower it to the wrist. We're going to bring it up to that elbow, touch the wrist. Let's take it up to the elbow, touch the wrist here. Bring your right knee to your right tricep. Try to touch it for 5. Don't lean on it. 4, 3. Keep the lift on. 2. Take a step back. Chaturanga. We're going to lower down. Excellent. It's a 6 count to come high. Let's come on up for 6, 5, 4, 3. Someone better be sleeping tonight. 2. We're in a high plank position. Left foot's going to lift just a little bit. Breathe in as you exhale. Left knee's coming to your right elbow, down to the wrist. We're going to crunch it up, and we're going to lower it down. Let's take it up nice and high and lower it down. Let's take the lift up. Find the wrist over to your left tricep. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Take the step back. We're coming all the way down to the floor. Flip over onto your back. Beautiful, well-deserved moment to just come into the floor, reach your arms overhead, stretch your toes out long. Yeah, just a moment to breathe. Then we're going to take the legs up to the sky, and we're going to take them out into a wide straddle, and then we'll slide the hands behind the knees. So slide on through, and just give yourself a little pull back here. So legs are straight, we're pulling back, we're breathing into the hamstrings. It's just a nice way to say, I appreciate you, hamstrings, for all the work that you have done for me tonight. You are beautiful in more ways than you know. And then we're going to keep that wide straddle. We'll interlace the fingers, and we're going to lift up to the sky. So it's a crunch up. We're going to lower down, and then we're going to crunch through the legs and lower it down. We're going to alternate that. Lift and through the legs. See if you can straighten your legs, and find that stretch while they're warm. Lift and through the legs. That's it. Take it up and reach it through. Drive it up and reach it through. Now 2 each way. Lift, and we're straight up. Now through. Lift and through. Then we're straight up. Lift. If your neck is feeling it more, bring your hands behind your head. Lift. Yes. We're up overhead. Straighten those legs if you can. If you need a break, bend your knees and drop them into the floor. And lift. Take it up. Lift and through and through. Now we're going for 3. 3, 2, 1, and we're coming through. For 3, 2, she's alternating the hands behind her head. Very nice. Lift, 2, 1, and through. 2, 1. We're going for 4. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. We're getting higher, and we're coming through. 4, yes. 3, 2. Let's do it one more time with 4. 4, awesome. 3, push that low spine down. 2, and through. For 4, 3, 2. Hug the knees into the chest. Find a little rock. Go side to side. Awesome. Squeeze the thighs together, drop your palms out to the floor. Lift your heels as high as your knees. Keep squeezing your thighs. Breathe in as you exhale. Lower body's going to your right. Nice and easy until it drops to the floor. And then let it go. And then close your eyes. Yeah, let your breath slow down a little bit. Take a moment and give yourself a compliment right here. And then while we're squeezing the thighs together, bring the knees back center. Breathe in as you exhale. Let's come to the left side. Let it drop. So keep your face relaxed. If you can keep your eyes closed, that's really nice because it relaxes your nervous system. So we're starting to bring it down here. From your compliment, move into an opportunity to send out a nice thought to someone else. So think of someone that's in your life and then just send them out a nice thought, a well wish. And then we're going to come back center into bridge or wheel. Bridge or wheel pose. So if you're coming into a full wheel, I'll do bridge. If you're coming into a full wheel, are you going to do a wheel?
Oh, do you want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're going to come up, don't use the top of your head to come there because you're nice and warm. Yeah, find the lift. Use the arm strength to bring yourself up. Yeah, you're keeping your heels in line with your hips. And you can stay up there as long as you like. If you're coming into bridge, you're just going to lift up through the hips. Here, you can also whittle the shoulder blades together until you can interlace your hands, lift your hips a little higher, and then go ahead and extend some energy through your knuckles. So remember, you want to keep your butt cheeks squeezing the whole time that you're up here. So if your fingers are interlaced together, I want you to separate your hands outside of your hips. And then we're going to extend your left leg straight out so that your left leg is in line with your right knee for the most part. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to lower your hips halfway down, and we're going to squeeze and push through that right glute. And then we're going to lower it down just halfway and lift and squeeze through that glute. We'll take it down. Push through that whole foot, squeeze it up. Keep your left toes flexed in, lower it down. Find the squeeze up. Yeah, let's find 4 more with that tempo. Find the low, and then squeeze it. Work that low, and squeeze it up. Work the low, and squeeze it. Find that low, and squeeze it up. And then we'll switch the feet. Go ahead and extend that leg out. Hips are driving up towards the sky. We're flexing the toes in. Let's lower it halfway down. And we'll squeeze it up. Nice. And then find that low and bring it up. Push through that whole right foot. Find that low. Engage through that glute. Find the low. Yeah. 4 more. Slow. For 4. And for 3, awesome. For 2, 1 more right here. Drop that right foot. We're still in bridge pose. We're driving the hips high. We're going to lower it down for 3 and up for 1. So it's 3, 2, 1. Lift and squeeze it. Lower 3. We're going to touch the mat on this one. 2, 1. Lift and squeeze it. Lower 3, 2, 1. Take it up. Lower 3, 2, 1, hold it up. We're going to reverse that, so we're down for 1. We're coming up 3, 2, push and squeeze. Lower it down, 3, 2, hold it high. Find that low, 3, 2, squeeze it at the top. Let's lower it down, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Hug the knees into your chest. We're going to find rock and roll. So tap the heels, massage the whole back into the floor. This one does get some momentum. You're finding the exhale as you lift up. Tap it. That's 3. We'll find 3 more. For 3. For 2, we're going to stay facing whatever way you're in. Sit up, and then we're going to take the front of your mat that's in front of you, and we're going to double it back for camel pose. So double it back so you have some extra cushion under your knees. We'll bring one knee under each hip. We're going to come up onto the toes, or you can have the top of your feet in the floor. So we're nice and warm right now, so you don't have to modify your camel. If you come into camel, you might already be in it. Good for you. Enjoy it. And you can take as long as you want to stay in it. If you are modifying camel, you'll press your palms, fingertips are up or down, elbows are turning in, what feels better. You're going to just drive energy through the hips forward. And you're going to keep your chin either neutral or you'll tuck it down just for a moment, where you set and turn your glutes on. And then if you want to go further, that's all up to you. We're definitely ready for a back bend. If you want to reach back and grab your heels, you can open your chest. You can let your head drop. Back bends are always done with a lot of respect. So I want you to think about, as you're going through, how does my body feel? What feels good? What feels better? So you can always drop your head and let it go. You can tuck it in even more. Close your eyes and let yourself breathe through your pelvis right now. Yes. Relax through your face. Now use your abdominals to come up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. You got to turn those suckers on. We're going to open our mat nice and long and neutralize your spine in a long dog. So downward facing dog, get long first. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Let's find a deep inhale. So these are your 5 breaths. Marily's going to find her 5 breaths. I'm not going to talk you through your breathing because everyone's at a different level of their breathing pattern right now. So find your 5. And once you find 5 inhales and exhales, then you're going to find torso twists, where you take one hand outside of the opposite knee or ankle, and you're just going to turn through your torso. And just give yourself a pull. You can stay there for 5 seconds in each pull. You can stay there for 1 second in each pull. It could be half a second. It really depends on what feels good for your torso right now. Beautiful. And now we're ready to flip our down dog. So go ahead and stretch your right leg up to the sky here. So what I want you to do, I want you to think about keeping a joint stack through your shoulders and your elbows. You're going to go the opposite way. So you're lifting that right leg up. You're going to bend that right knee. You're going to pivot on your left foot. And then as you flip your dog, I want you to think about stacking your shoulder on top of your wrist first. So check yourself out. Look at your heels. Bring your knees in line with your hips. Reach your arm up to the sky. So once you find that place where you're stacking, you're lifting through the hips, then you can reach that other arm overhead, and your gaze can be anywhere you want it to be. So you could be looking down, you could be looking up, totally your body, your deal. 5, 4. Remember, we're coming back slow. So you're going to come back, flip your dog back, pivot onto your feet. Create the length. Let your head drop. Let your seat drive. Turn your triceps on. And then we'll go to the other side. So that left leg is going to lift. We're going to bend that knee. We're going to pivot that back foot. So go ahead and flip your dog. I just realized that I'm totally underneath Marily's body. Yeah, we're stacking. We're driving the hips up, reaching up. Once you get there, once you check out your feet, so make sure your heels are in line with your hips, then you can extend long. Yeah, and you can think about pushing the pelvis up towards the sky. For 5, gorgeous. For 3, for 2. We're going to take it back slow into your down dog. With your right leg back up to the sky, we'll sweep your right knee up to your right wrist, your right ankle to your left wrist. We'll slide your left knee back. So we're going to sit up nice and tall here. Bring your hands to your heart center. Yeah. So you can use the energy off of that right leg to create the lift. Palms are pressing strong together. Oh my Lord, I just realized I forgot the twist in that figure 4, guys. I forgot the twist, I'm sorry.
We can do it.
But at the end of class, we will be twisting the figure 4, so. Let's find a nice deep breath in, reach the arms up to the sky, and as you exhale, take a slow extension out and a fold. Fingertips drop, a fold to the right. So bring your upper body to the right slightly and let your chest drop down. Let your left hip turn down. The beauty of forgetting some poses is that hopefully none of us have left the practice and we can go into it in the end. And then we'll make our way back to your downward facing dog. Let's get long here. And the left leg comes high. Sweep your left knee up to your left wrist, your left ankle to your right. We'll slide that right knee back. Let's sit up real tall. We'll bring the hands to the heart center, palms pressed. Close your eyes. Find your Ujjayi. Stay in your Ujjayi breathing. That's beautiful. Nice, Mare. So remember, when you're here, you know, you're pressing, you're feeling the triceps, but I want the shoulders to drop down. Yeah, and the shoulder blades come back towards each other. We'll stretch the arms up to the sky. We're going to breathe in. As you exhale, we'll reach out, get long, and take yourself slightly to the left. And fold it to the left side. Let your right hip turn down towards the floor. Yeah. And then we'll come back center into your downward facing dog. And we're just going to get long through the spine for a moment. And then we'll stretch the right leg up to the sky and we'll walk back, or the left leg up to the sky. We'll walk back to your toes on the right. Takes a minute. We're going to come right up into that figure 4. No need to do extra warrior 3s. Let's cross that over. Drop back into your seat. Reach your arms out. So we're in a figure 4. Let's stay here. Dip into it. So we were in this stretch. We're just going to find the twist. Bring your hands to your heart center. Breathe in as you exhale, edge of the left elbow. It's working, yeah, into that ankle or the edge of the heel, or we're coming into the arch of the foot. And we're going to keep working the twist. So on the exhales, we turn a little bit and we drop the seat down a little bit. On the inhales, we lengthen through the torso. That looks really good for 5, 4. It looks good, Mare. 3. Just messing with her. For 2, chair pose. Drop the seat, forward fold. Let's dive in. And then walk yourself into your high plank. We're coming all the way down to the floor. We're going to flip over onto your back. Yeah, and we're going to slowly find whatever feels good for you. So Marilee's going to go into whatever stretch she wants. You're going to go into whatever stretch you want right now. Before we settle into our Shavasana, find a stretch that you like. So you're lying back into the floor. You can come into Happy Baby, you can come into, there's a million poses that you can come into. Spinal twists are there for you. Some people get crazy and go into more abdominal work. You don't need to do that, but if that's, if that's in your mental space and that helps you sleep at night, then you can do that. But we're looking for something that's a little bit more loving, if you will. So you found a pose that you like. You're in it, you're breathing in it. And then we're going to come into our Shavasana. So go ahead and drop the legs. Yeah, straighten the legs. Bring them out a little bit left and right. That's going to release through the pelvis. Let your arms relax alongside of you with your palms up. Let your shoulder blades start to relax into the floor. And think about from the very top of your head all the way along the vertebrae down to the tippy toes. We're letting it go. So we're giving ourselves the gift of getting real heavy into the floor. So you can move your legs however you like it. I personally find that if I let my legs go from one side to the other, it feels good for my back. If it doesn't feel good for yours, you may be in a butterfly the whole time and maybe that feels better, or maybe your feet are wider. So this is a place where we're allowing ourselves to let go. Let it go. So let your brain get heavy into the floor. Let your eyeballs roll back into their socket. Release through your teeth if they're clenched together, so let those guys go. Sometimes I like to just turn my head side to side, and it feels like my head gets heavier into the floor, and then I feel like I can relax even more once it settles back where it feels like it's the heaviest, and I just kind of let it go there. We're gonna find a real big breath in with your chest to the sky. Ah, out of the mouth, a big exhale. Ah, yeah. Now let your breath be your own. So we're no longer in Ujjayi unless that feels like you want to stay there. And we're going to take this opportunity to first and foremost thank yourself for showing up on your mat tonight. So listen to the words of you saying, you know what? I didn't feel like doing this. There were 950 other things that I should do, that I could do, that I'd rather do. But instead, you showed up for yourself. So take a moment right now and feel good about that. Give yourself a pat on the back. Showing up. Find a big inhale. Let your chest rise all the way up to the sky. On a big exhale, let your shoulder blades drop heavier into the floor. And this is your opportunity to move into your gratitude. So we're gonna stay here. Hopefully you're gonna stay here for 5 minutes or longer. Give yourself a good 5 minutes to stay here and breathe into your gratitude. What are you thankful for? What are you thankful for tonight? Let it flow. Let it all flow. The big things, the little things, everything in between. Let it rush over you and enjoy it. Take the time to not pass on to the very next thing. Think about what you're grateful for, and then go ahead and take a few moments to just enjoy that. What does that look like? What does that feel like? So keep your word in the 5 good minutes for yourself. Beautiful, strong awesomeness on your part and on hers. Namaste, my friends.